Ever since their investment going on in this world, we are all seeking for passive income. Some of us may choose the way of getting dividends from stocks. That's a really good passive income, right? But the main concern is there any stock, they have a really stable dividend policy and they're really generously giving out like high dividend yield, and also their stock price going up for decades. Is there any stock like that in the world? I'll share 6 stocks around the world so you can know more and understand more about the world. After all, we will never stick in just one market, or just in Hong Kong, just in China, just in Singapore, just in US, right? Because there is a global movement. If there's a good stock, I don't care where it is listed, I should be able to find it and invest, right? Because after all, it's myself. It's not about my nationality so that I have to buy specific stock in that listed country, all right? So the first stock I want to share is from Hong Kong. It's called VTech. Maybe some of you have seen their products like electronic products and toys, right? So VTech is a really good company. For me, upcoming 6 stocks, this is the best stocks in terms of the price growth, the stock price, okay? So it is constantly, for the past 10 years, it's giving out a 7.5% dividend yield. So it's way better than your rental revenue if you rent out your flats or your house. The dividend payout ratio in the past 10 years is 88%. So that means if they earn $100, they will give away $88 to the stakeholders. So if you think that they earn $100 and they only keep $12 for themselves, there wouldn't be any growth in the stock price, right? That's wrong. They managed to pull it off in the past 10 or almost 20 years. The stock price is always making historic high. Right now, it's around $100, right? And given that hasn't taken into account what the 7.5 dividend yield that you have taken pocket. So if that's taken into account, I think the stock price is now $200. So this is really a good stock to invest in long term for a passive income in Hong Kong, right? So in Malaysia, there's a stock, it's called Hi-O, right? They're a really old company, really big company. They are doing health products, health care products. So they're giving out around 6.17 dividend yield for the past decade. But they're only paying out $55 for every $100 they earn. But it's really stable. It's really stable. But the stock price is okay. It's 3 stars. I give it a 3-star rating. In Singapore, there's a Tai Sin. It's doing some electric cords and something like that. It's a really big market. It's really old. They're giving 6.7 dividend yield. Giving up payout ratio is 51%. And the stock price is even worse. This is the worst among all. But if you're a Singapore citizen, you want the best dividend stock that will generate passive income for you, that's the best stock that we can find in Singapore for you. The fourth is in Taiwan. It's called Taiwan Acceptance Corporation. I know, the name sounds kind of weird, but actually they're doing some mortgage and debts and loans, stuff like that. This is their director of this company. They're doing automobiles and housing, mortgages, something like that. The main expansion is in the 90s. So they are giving out 6.7 dividend yield in the past decade, 79% dividend payout ratio, which is pretty good. And given that they managed to pull it off with only $20 per $100 they earned, they keep it in reinvesting in the company, they managed to pull it off, and now it's almost hitting their historic high. And given that it's even not taking into account that every year you have taken away 6.7 dividend yield into your pocket. If that's the fact that you take into account of this dividend yield, the price maybe is $100 or $200 right now. So the fifth one is from US. First of all, we really have to compare the S&P 500 dividend yield. The dividend yield is now around 2.3%, and the 10-year treasury bonds is like 1.7%. So we really have to find stock that are constantly giving out a stable dividend yield that's more than 3%, right? So for the previous stock, they're giving out almost 6% dividend yield, right? So Verizon is giving out 4.5%. And Verizon, this company is really the monopoly in the wireless and the service provider in US. As long as there are people in United States, Verizon will keep on stably earning the income. So they're giving out 4.5% dividend yield. So we say, why not we just buy VTech? Why not just Taiwan Acceptance? Why do we have to invest in Verizon? The reason why is he has a strong and solid historical dividend policy for you to take a reference. So it's been currently giving out and constantly giving out 4.5% dividend yield for the past almost 30 years. And almost every year, the dividend they're paying out is only increasing and almost never decrease. So that's a really strong proof. And the payout ratio is 84%. And I'll give a 4-star to its stock price. Is now currently like $53. It's almost challenging its historic high, given that there was a tech bubble in between. So the last one is AT&T. It's also from US. So after considering country by country, exchange to exchange, in global terms, in terms of globally, if I have to choose one strongest, promising dividend stock, I would choose AT&T. That is a must. So AT&T, I guess you know, that's a competitor of Verizon. But you know, US won't let this happen, that only one company is monopoly, right? That's why it's called monopoly. So AT&T is the second biggest market, sometimes it's the first, but the difference between Verizon and AT&T is Verizon is selling stuff last year, but AT&T, if you know, is purchasing and acquiring some Mexican companies, and also the biggest deal is the DirecTV transaction from last year. So one is selling stuff, one is prepared to invest more. So what do you think? Which company will give you a better return in coming year? Probably it's AT&T. And also secondly, is AT&T is giving out 5.2 dividend yield for you. It's higher than Verizon. And third, the dividend has been increasing consecutively for 30 years. So we're talking about passive income. Passive income won't be short-term, won't be speculation, right? It's something for long-term, for your life, for retirement, for marriage, for your kids. So that's the best stock that I can pick for you guys. And dividend payout ratio is 87%. So they're only leaving $13 for themselves. And they managed to pull it off that the stock price is going up really good. So with the acquisition deal, I guess 2007, the stock price of AT&T will probably outperform Verizon. So in conclusion, if you're seeking for passive income, AT&T is the best choice. And I think the second choice is VTech from Hong Kong. And the third choice is in Taiwan. But if you are stuck in that country and you really want to invest in stock only inside your own country, then I just broke down the strongest dividend stocks among each country of 6 countries, so you can take a reference off. So I will see you next time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I will give out all I have in the past 20 years and knowledge from the East and the experience from the West, and most importantly, what is happening in current markets, so we can prepare what to do in this fluctuate and unstable market. Hopefully I can share my journey with you guys so you won't make the same mistakes as what I've made. See you next time. Goodbye.